Yeah, hi. Good morning to everyone. So I think I'm audible for you. Okay, thank you. So let's start our session then. So I think so in yesterday's session we understood more about packages and as well as import statements, and we understood about predefined packages, user defined packages also. So how we are going to identify how many packages are there as part of the packages, what are the classes and interfaces available, whether it is a predefined classes, predefined packages from the Java language, or maybe in future if you are learning Spring Boot or whatever it is, how to identify all predefined classes and interfaces from the predefined packages. That information by using API documentation we can find out, and we explored it, and I shown you how to uh, understanding all the things. And apart from that we understood like, yeah, so how we are going to use the import statement along with the predefined packages, and what is the default package in Java language. So we have only one package called as default package, and that is java.lang. That means the package name is all about java.lang. And from that package, from that predefined package, if you are using any class in our programming, in our class, whenever we are writing Java classes, and if you are using any predefined classes from this predefined package java.lang, you no need to write any import statements. So that means internally compiler and executor will understand like the classes what you are using is are always, I mean, if those classes are available from the predefined packages, then it will ignore about the import statement as a developer if you are not writing also. But other than java.lang, if you are using any other predefined classes in our program, so must and should 100% we have to import always that package name as well as that class path. So that class name. So that means we have to use the import statement. For example, in this case, we use two classes from the language package, but we no need to write any import statement. Then compiler will not say anything in with respect to these two lines. But when it comes to the file and array list, even these two classes are also from the Java language only. But the only reason why we are getting compile time error here like this is about these two classes belongs to the different package, not from the java.lang. So when classes are from the different packages other than java.lang, then definitely we have to use the import statement. That is what compiler is complaining about here. So that's why we have to use import statements for these two classes. So that is what we understood in yesterday's session. And I told you how to write down better package names also. And as part of the package names, what is the dot symbol? Dot symbol representing always. It's all about, so if you are, whenever you are using dot symbol as part of our package names, it will create internally subfolders, subdirectories. So in our Windows operating system point of view, I can say like it's going to create subfolders. So that's all. So that means going further even in our real time applications or wherever it is, even when we are practicing also, we are going to use always this kind of naming conventions. I mean, this kind of things we will use always as part of our package names. So generally package names, how package names will be created also. I told you yesterday in our applications, how we are making package names also I told you. So simply remember always for whom you are creating the project. So they will be called as client or business. So then based on their domain name, their website or whatever it is in simple terminology, So based on the domain name, we will take their domain name, and based on the domain name, we will always create the package names. So package name always starts with the domain names, but only thing is domain point of view, you have to make a little bit swapping that .com, .in, .organization, you have all these right extensions. These are all things should come first, and then the actual domain name. For example, if you are working for the gmail.com, so then com.gmail. So if you are working for the facebook.com, com.facebook. So instagram.com. So assume you are creating a project for the Instagram company. Then you that project package name is always starts with the com.instagram and dot if you are having any project name. Generally people will use project name and then dot module name. So what is the module name? It is, and then as part of the module, what is the functionality, sub functionality you are implementing? Those are all details people will use here. So it's up to our choice after that. I mean, project name, module name, even no need of project name also, because inside project only we will create all the packages. So directly we can use module name, and as part of the module name, what is the functionality you are implementing. So if you are observe here, com.swiggy is the client, customer is a module, and inside that payment is a sub module. Like that, you can write based on your comfort what are the package names you are writing and all. We can do that. So in future also we will understand same thing, especially in Spring Boot time. We will use perfect as part of real-time application point of view, whatever the way we are using packages and imports, package names especially, we will discuss at that time also, don't worry. Okay, so as much as possible, try to use from today onwards without writing single word package names. So I don't like it, even it's not a good way also. Okay, fine. So let's see a new concept today, and continuation to this, I'm taking a concept called as naming conventions in Java. So this is also one of the important standards we have to follow whenever we are making a program in Java language. So here the concept is naming conventions in Java. It's a very simple and theory concept. Okay, so let me explain you what is this naming conventions. Once we are done with this, we will move a topic to the operators. So it will take just 5-10 minutes. Just concentrate here, but a very important point of view. Okay, so first of all, what is naming convention here? What is the point of naming convention? So it's all about naming convention is nothing but just, I can say, like guidelines, not rules. Okay, so what is the difference between rule and guidelines, guys? Rule and guidelines, I mean suggestion or whatever it is. So rule is nothing but what if you are not following, then things will not work. Then things will not work. That is what rule. So if you are breaking the rule, then things will not work. But guidelines point of view or maybe some suggestion point of view, if you are saying means better way. So you are saying like something like, okay, whatever you are doing, that is okay. But if you are better improvement, better way, better improvement. So that means your point of view is, our point of view is what here it is. When you are suggesting something, when you are providing guidelines means, okay, whatever you did, something is working, that's fine. But if you are doing these things in this way, it looks good, it looks in a better way, something like that. That is what comes under the guidelines point of view. Similarly, what is the naming conventions here? It is guidelines of names. So what are the guidelines we have to follow? That is what about the naming conventions here it is. So if you see here, guidelines to follow while providing names in Java program. So what are the names we are providing? Where and all we are providing names? As of now, we understood couple of concepts and where we are providing names as a developer, wherever we are giving the names. So then what are the rules we have to follow? What are the guidelines we have to follow? or what are the standards we have to follow, and those are all I'll explain now. So for example, no, we are writing always classes and we are giving the class name. So that means as a developer, I'm always giving class names like student, product, order, calculator, calc, something like that. I'm keep on giving some names like this: student, product information, whatever it is, something like that, etc., etc. We are giving class names. Similarly, variable names. Similarly, what we are providing is variable names. So we are giving always age, year, number of students. Okay, so something like number of students, college name, etc., etc. We are giving the variable names, and then we understood a concept called as method names. What it is? Method names. So we are giving something like what? Addition, subtraction, add, subtraction. Okay, get college info, something like that. We are giving method names. And package names, yes, recently we understood concept of package, so that means we are providing the package names. So as of now we given package names like com dot swiggy, etc., etc., com dot instagram, or whatever it is. So that means now whenever we are doing the programming as part of our java language, so whenever we are writing a java class, we have to provide the java classes, we have to provide the variable names. If you are using any variable names, whether it is a what type of variable, leave it. Simply naming point of view we are talking. This discussion is all about how we are writing better names, good names. Okay, so what are the standards we have to follow, that is what about the naming conventions I am talking here it is. And there are some standards people will follow across the world. So some standards people will follow, standards people will follow across world. So that means my point here it is, in every company, in every project, whether it is a small company, big company, product based, or whatever, leave it. But across the Java projects in the world, so people will follow some kind of standards when we are providing the class names, variable names, method names, and in future maybe one or two new things also come. Then I will explain again. But as of now, whatever we know, I'm trying to explain now. Okay, when it comes to the class names, what are the rules we have to follow? Rules, I'm not saying like rules again, I'm saying like standards, guidelines. Rules, you know that. For example, what is the rule? If it is a rule, one of the rule, class name should not contain spaces. This is what the rule. So that means if you are writing like that, what will happen? Let's see. With examples, I'll complete quickly. It's completely theory part. Okay, so what I will do, new Java project. Sorry, I thought of giving packet project names also. I will add that one also. Okay, so whenever in Eclipse nowadays we are creating the or projects, right? So project names. So even I will add that one also. Project names also. So something as of now we given like Swiggy app, iPhone app, something like that I given. We will see one by one. So etc., etc. Okay. So now when it comes to the class names, for rules, I am not talking about the rules. It's all about standards, guidelines. For example, rule is what class name should not contain spaces. So that means if you return student information, there is no space, so it's a valid. If you return same thing in the way, for example, you try to give a class name as student space information, then rule, you are breaking the rule. You are breaking the rule. That's why compiler will say like, hey man, you are not following the proper rule. See here, I given space in the order underscore information. So order space information. So that's why compiler is saying So what is this class name? I'm unable to identify properly because there is a discrepancy happens in this between. This is the rule. You are breaking the rule. That's why program is not working. But now it's all about standards, guidelines as point of view I'm talking. For example, assume a person written class name as student.java. Okay, class name or its file name also as a student.java. So you know that class name will become file name will become class name generally, most of the times. Now a person written like this, and a person written like this, and a person written like this, and a one more person written like. Okay, so assume people written their programs in this way. One person written like this, one person written like this, one person written like this. Now, can you tell me from above four, is there any invalid class name? Is there any invalid class name? I mean, that means you are breaking any rules. I mean, you are going to get any compile time error. That's what. So, invalid in the sense, are you going to get any compile time if you are using any of the class names from the above? No, we will not get any errors. So, that means, see here, okay, let's go to the naming convention. I'll give quickly new class student. So you given I given student. You can give some package names also. Yeah, I'll come back to the package names. It's okay. So now see here you given what? Student. There is no problem in that. No compilation issue. So for example, assume you created one more Java class. Student.java. Student. So it's already saying different case already file name is exist. But my point is, for example, see here I converted into lowercase. I'll change this file name also student.java. See, file name wise, there is no problem. You written everything in the lower case. In earlier case, you written capital S. Now I am written everything student. So now the compilation error is what? File name should be same. For example, assume I'm changing file name also student.java. So now what you have to understand, when you are giving capital letters, combination of capitals and letters and all, there is no problem. Your program is working as expected. So now you written like this. Okay, so you written like this, your program is working. So your program is working as expected, whatever it is, right? Fine. But now, is it the good naming convention or not? Program wise, it is working. There is no problem. You are not breaking any rules. Everything is good. But is it a good way of naming or not? So that is what we are discussing right now. So now, as per when you are providing the class names, I'll give you some rules. I mean, I'll give you some kind of rules. Just follow those rules. Just follow those guidelines. What it is? Class, when you are providing class name, every word first character, every word first character should be in uppercase. Understand very clearly, every word first character should be in uppercase. That is what the standards we have to follow. So that means, now tell me, student information, student marks, product details, product info, product student calculator, order info, order information, like that. I written the class names. So whatever the class names I written, if you written student.java, student information.java, .java, 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 and class names will become. So whatever you written here, your program will work. Your program will not say anything. Your program will work whatever you given here, because you're not giving any spaces and all, you're doing something and program will work. But the thing is, as per the standards of the real-time programming or across the people, what are the standards people are following to make unique thing in the class names point of view, standards point of view? So every word first character should be in uppercase. So based on that, if I'm saying, so first one is a correct or not? Yes, it is a first one is a correct. The reason is, first, what is the point I told? Word. First character should be in uppercase. Okay, remaining all lowercase. So even I can add that word also. Remaining characters, word character, remaining in lowercase. So this is what I told you. So now based on that, it's a valid class name means, I mean, standards you are following means yes, good. Second, word first character. So this class name contains how many words? Two words. Student and information. Student is one word, information is one more word. So as per my thing, first character in the uppercase. Yes, obviously. And as well as second character, sorry, second word first character. Every word means every word. Now coming to the second word, uppercase and remaining are lowercase. First word first character is lowercase. Second word first character is again lowercase. Even if you are having third word also, okay, then you will maintain again uppercase and remaining are lowercase. So that is how, in such a way, this is also a valid one. Now, when it comes to here, what's happened? You are not following proper guidelines. You are not following naming convention. The reason is what? Every word first character should be in uppercase. But what you did? You given first word, entire first word itself in uppercase. So it's not a good naming convention. You're okay, but still, if you are giving same thing, program will work. But you are not following the standards, guys. That's all. Okay. So that is what the concept, the naming conventions here it is. Now this is I written product details. Even this is also there is a small mistake. What it is? We given small d. So that means first word wise okay product. Second word wise first character is not in the lower uppercase. So that's why somehow this is also you are not following proper standards. Now second thing, product info. Yes, it is a good one. Why? P is capital and remaining are lower. And I is capital, remaining second word remaining characters are good. Similarly, product, everything you written in the lower case. So that's why you are not following proper. Please understand, I'm not saying like you are going to get the compile time errors. I'm saying like you are not following proper guidelines to giving the proper class names. That's all. So I'm not saying like you are going to get the compile time error. Some students are saying in interview, whenever I'm saying like, is it the good way of writing programming like I given product? Few people are trying to say like, sir, we will get the compile time error if you are giving like that. No, it's not compile time error. It's all about just following proper standards like that. That's all. I'll show you really also how much true it is. So student invalid. Calculator, you are not following proper standards. Order information, no standards. So that is how. So student is good, student information is good, product info is good, because you are making every word first character should be in uppercase, remaining all in the lowercase. So this is the rule you have to follow going further. Whenever you are practicing also, whenever you are writing small class or big class, it doesn't matter. Please try to follow same standards. Okay, so that is what I am trying to say here with respect to class names. Now my point is how much true it is. Let me show you. For example, you know that Java language, they written thousands of Java classes. As part of Java language itself, they written so many Java classes. See here, if you observe here, any class name, leave about the content. So what they are written? Arithmetic exception. A is capital, E is capital. Array index out of bounds exception. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words are there. A is capital, I is capital, O is capital, O is capital, B is capital, E is capital, remaining are lowercase. So that means if you observe here, now are we really need to follow the standards or not? So are we really need to follow going further when you are attending the interview also? I'm telling you clearly. For example, if any person came like this and a person written Java program like this, assume you are freshers only, but no problem. But the one person written like this and another developer, another candidate written like this. Both written same logic. I mean, both programs are working as expected. But I'll try to prefer this person. The reason is what? Logic wise, it's okay, but this guy missing some of the standards. Program is compiling execution, that is fine. But here he is along with the logic, he know the standards also. He know the ethics also, ethical programming. So you know the ethics also, what are the class names, he have to give variable names and all. So that's why I'll try to prefer this guy when I have a choice choosing between this one, then I will choose this one only. So because he know the standards also. So that is all. If you observe here, any class, see here, byte, single word, B is capital, double D is capital, compound enumeration, C is capital, E is capital, remaining are lowercase. So if you open any Java class, predefined Java classes, that means these are all real-time projects, real-time applications, real-time Java classes. So they are following same standards. Anywhere else, open there, cleaner.class, C, finalizer.class, F, final reference, F or R capital. So that is how you have to follow the things. So will you agree with me or not? So whether going further, you are going to you are going to write down the class names in this format or not? So is it good or not? So are you going to follow same thing going further? Yes. So just please remember, don't write like this. Try to write like this. Don't write like this. Try to write like P is capital like that. So don't break the things from today onwards. Don't think like program is working. Program is working. I know that. But only thing is maintain standards. That will become your habit. Okay. Now it's all about class names. Now next point is we understood about variable names. So what are the rules we have to follow for the variable names? Okay. So see here. Here also I'll give statement like this. For variable names and method names, we will follow same rule, guys. I'll discuss both at a time. So whatever I'm discussing rule now, both applicable for variable names as well as method names. Okay. So for variables and method names, okay, we will use we will use camel case. I'll tell you what is the point of camel case, and I'll explain you that. Generally, people will call it as a camel case. Okay. So why people will call it as a camel case also, I'll tell you. People will use always a standard called as camel case. But now point is, what is camel case? Camel case. So what is the camel case here? It is, for example, assume earlier you written, I mean we written so many variable names as of now. Okay. Age, I written, maybe we written like college, name, name, whatever it is, just year and company name, gender, so etc etc etc. You can take any variable name. Okay, it's not like only one thing, whatever it is. So email id, email id, whatever it is. So name, first name, last name, full name. So whatever it is, generally we will consider all these things, assume as a variable names, find out. Okay. Now in this case, what are the standards we have to follow? So the camel case is saying like first word should be in lowercase. Understand the point? First word should be in lowercase. Second word onward. See, if your variable name contains only one word, then everything comes under the lowercase only. Okay, if it is having one word, then everything comes under the lowercase. If it is having second word also, maybe you cannot say, like, you can give three names also: company name, first name, full name. Okay, my college name. So like that, you can give any more than one word, two words, three words, four words names also. Okay, contact email ID. So like that, contact email ID, something like that. Three words. Email ID is one more word, like that. Okay, so see here, first word should be in lowercase. Second word onwards. Second word onwards. Second word onwards. Again, you have to follow. So, second word onwards. First character should be in uppercase, remaining in lowercase. Second word onwards. So this rule applicable for every word. But first word, so what you have to is, in class you did what you did for every word, you maintain first character as uppercase and remaining are lowercase. But when it comes to variable names and method names, first word you have to make sure and completely in the lowercase, and second word onwards you have to make sure only first character in the uppercase and remaining all lowercase. So even if you are having third word also, first character uppercase, lowercase. Now based on that, you have to write always a good variable names as well as method names. So now these are all valid what valid variable names only. If you want, you can show you. See here. So if you given something like integer, just follow the standard. See, age is a good. This is also a good. Okay, leave about the what I am giving here and all. Just I am showing you syntax wise. You are not getting any compile time error. So that is what my intention here it is. So even if you take string, whatever it is. So variable names all are good here. So whether you are not following standards or it doesn't matter for the Java compiler. Java compiler will think like you given any spaces, you are okay like that. That is what it will check. But it doesn't matter for Java compiler whether you given in the entire lowercase, entire uppercase, or combination of lower or uppercase. These are all things doesn't matter for the compiler. It will consider only as a word. That's all. See, everything is good in this case, but with respect to these things, are we following proper variable names means? No. So what is our rule is saying? That is not. Go here. Our rule is saying first word. Now, for example, in this case, is it a valid means? Yes, it's a valid one because first word in the lowercase. Yes, it's having only one word. So that's why it's entirely in the lowercase, valid one. Now, when it comes to second, it's a invalid variable name, so it's not following proper naming convention because it's following what kind of naming convention? Class type of naming convention. So it's not first word in the not in lowercase, entire word in not in lowercase, it's still in the uppercase. So that's why it's not a good variable name. Similarly, name also no. Year also no. Why? You are making n capital, y capital. Now company name also no. Similarly, gender, entire in the lower uppercase, no. Email ID, first word wise, okay, good. Second word wise, second word. When you are coming to the ID is a second word. Now, if you are maintaining ID, D in the lowercase, probably then it will become a good one. For time being, I can select somewhat you are not following the standard. Now standards, no standards. So that means now if you want to write same thing in the sense college name. So C I made capital. So like that. Now similarly, better name is name. Similarly, year. So this is how you have to write down going further. So now company name point of view. So like this you have to write down. Now contact email ID. So see, okay, this is good and this is also good. Yes, second character onwards, the rule is same. Second word, sorry. Second word onwards, the rule is same. Similarly, third word is ID. I written like this. So this will be called as camel case. The point camel is animal, right? So you observe the camel structure. So how camel looks like, that is what the point they given. I mean, I thought like that. I don't know whether it is right or not. I think right only. So my understanding from this is no one said, I only understand. Yeah. If you see this camel, so how it looks like, guys, head wise very small, and if you are going from left hand side to right hand side, what happening? So it is completely in the small size, and if you are seeing again the body size, it's just like making the some kind of upper, some kind of big size. So that is all I think they thought of, they given this name like that. I thought, I'm not saying like whether it is true or right, but somehow by remembering camel animal, I'll remember this at when I am learning the naming conventions. I understood same thing. Okay, first headwise lowercase, so very small point of view. Like that I understood. Okay, it's closed. Okay, so anyway, leave it. So just follow these rules going further. Now, when it comes to method names, also you have to follow same rules. For example, if it is method names, and whether it is true or not, even if you want, I can show you. Control Shift R, sorry, Control Shift T. String I class I will open. So this is a class written by the Java team. Now see here, they written a variable name called as value. They written a variable name called as coder. Hash, single word, everything in the lowercase. When it comes to more than one word, see, hash in the lowercase, I is capital, Z is capital, uppercase letters. So that means, see, even Java language itself, the real time programs itself, they are following the proper standards. They are following the proper standards. So as a developer going further, we are also follow same standards. There is no choice. If you are making that, then you will become a good programmer, ethical programming point of view. See value, coder, wherever you can see variable names. See, you know that method arguments also variable names only. Method argument names, parameter names, ASCII, high byte. So that something they offset, count, they written something all this. Single word, single word. So that's why they written like this. Even method parameter names also you have to follow same thing going further. SRC, SL, something they given, whatever it is, shortcuts or whatever it is. Just remember that rules going further. Builder, class name is string builder, S is capital, B is capital, like that. Variable names and all, you know that. So caret, see, you know the method name, character at the rate. So we understood this method at that time, right? So what it is saying is, it is a method name. If you observe here, method names. So they followed what? Same case, camel case only. First word, second word is uppercase. We understood earlier one word, two uppercase. Sorry, method. In string, we call a method called as two uppercase. Similarly, two lowercase. Even if you want, you can find out that here also. Control O. See, value of these are all methods. You will understand all these shortcuts in the Eclipse. I'll give you one by one, not everything one day. See, this is what two uppercase, region matches. So R is first word in the lowercase, remaining like that. Same thing you have to follow. So that means two lowercase, two uppercase. If you are writing any user defined methods like get college information, so you have to write like get college information. So something like that. Whatever it is. Now you are writing like make payment. So make payment is a method. So here I written like integer credit card, so long credit card number, something like that. So just follow the standards. Long credit card number. Okay. And integer CVV. Okay, like that. So something like integer year, expiry year, something like that. I can give like expiry year. So if you understood here, I followed proper standards. Make payment camel case, method name, even method argument names also comes under the variable names. So same thing you have to follow. Camel case, camel case, camel case. So that's how you have to follow variable names and method names. So next one is what we understood here it is. We know method names also now. package names. Yeah. So come back to the package names. So you can guess and tell me what is the things you have to follow as part of the package names by seeing this entire structure also. So these are all package names from the Java language. So what you observed from this, anything in the uppercase, there is nothing in uppercase. These are all hundreds of package names you are seeing in front of our eyes. So that means what is the rule you have to follow here? It is package names always in lowercase. Rule number one. And rule number two, usually every word, for example, your package name is having more than one word. Definitely it will have more than one word. When you are taking this approach, com.swiggy, like this, definitely it is having more than one word. It is having 1, 2, 3, 4 words. Okay, so that means what you are following in this case, same thing. Every word is separated by dot. So here again dot means subfolder. So that means now it's a valid package name. It's a good one. So if you return something like no sir, I'll write like this. Okay, your program will work. I'm not saying like your package name, compilation, nothing will say. But see, it is not looking good. And ours are no sir, I'll write like capital P. No, it's a no compilation issue point of view, no compilation error. No compilation error. But what is the point is you are not following the proper standards. That's all. Everybody is writing like this, and you are against you are writing like this. So your program looks bit weird. So that's why just follow this kind of standards. So that's what you have to do here. But no standards. That's all. That is what we have to understand here it is. So every word name is always package names are always in the lowercase and every word is separated by dot symbol. So that is what you have to remember. Com.swiggy customer payment, customer.payment dot credit card like that. You have to separate most of the times. You will separate guys. Most of the times. I'm not saying like 100%, but if you observe here Java language point of view, see these are all package names. Java.util.zip, Java.crypto, Java.crypto.interfaces, Java x.security.auth.callback, Java x.security.auth.login. So why they given every word they separated by the dot and everything in the lowercase. So this is the standards you have to follow. See here JDK internal org object something like that. That's what I told you. Most of the times they will follow dot symbol. Every word is separated by the dot. So that is what about the package names. Yeah, project names. And ultimately, what is the project names we have to follow? It's a theory one only, but my point here it is why I introduced it today itself is if you started making from today onwards by remembering all these rules, guidelines, then by end of core Java you will write always a good programming. So if you observed or not, I written so many Java programs till today when I am teaching you. But maybe with my experience also, the things came automatically. If you observe here, any program whenever I return first program onwards, I never missed 99%. I never missed any small standard, whatever I discussed today. See calculator.java, college data 2. See everywhere I followed same standard. So that means now automatically what will happen when you started practicing today onwards? Okay, your fingers will be habituated based on that guidelines. So when you are writing a Java class, automatically your fingers will type. When you are writing the class name, automatically your fingers will follow that kind of guidelines like every word first character should be lowercase. When you are writing the method names also, what will happen? So it will automatically taking care of the camel case format. So your fingers will get habituated like that. So if you see here, variable names and all fine. Even I don't know where are yeah, primitive data type. See, class name wise, I written very clearly P capital, D capital, D capital. Variable names, temporary, year, mobile number. See, mobile, N is capital. So, like that, your things will become automatically, your fingers will get habituated. So, that's why please start practicing today onwards. So, if you see here string methods, so we return main, something like that, all the methods, variable names, first name, second name, lowercase, second case, camel case, camel case, camel case. So like that. So that is why I am teaching you today itself instead of end of the core Java. So start from today onwards, automatically end of core Java, you'll write a good standards programming. That's what my intention here it is. Okay. Now when it comes to the project names. Yeah. So project names usually people will write always in the lowercase. Point number one. Okay. Keep in lowercase. That is point number one. For example, if it is having more than one word. So then generally what people will do is every word is separated by hyphen symbol. Every word is separated by hyphen symbol. So every word is separated by hyphen symbol. So that means instead of writing Swiggy app, you can write Swiggy hyphen app. So instead of writing my practice, for example, assume you written a folder like this when you are practicing. Instead of writing, write my hyphen practice. So every word you are giving very clear picture like two words. If it is not readable properly, spelling mistake, I mean, it's not like spelling mistake. It's very difficult to understand how many words are there, what you written. But if you see here, my hyphen practice, Swiggy hyphen app. So if you are having more than one word is every word is separated by the hyphen symbol, and make sure project names are always in the lowercase. So that is what the rules you have to follow. So until there's any doubts, guys, I'm done with the naming conventions. It's a very theory part, but going further, you also should follow. That's what my intention here it is. And I shown you real time point of view also how much true it is, whatever we discussed. It's not like just I told how really Java coding and all they did understand. So everywhere in my company also every day we will follow same standards. If for example any freshers joined into our project and they return variable names in their own format like this, I'll reject their code. I'll tell them like what is this man? You have to follow camel case, otherwise I'll not approve your code. Like that, we will reject the code when they are not meeting the standards. You cannot say like, sir, no, my program is working. Logic is working, then what is the issue for you? I know that. But standards are always standards. Like that, we will reject the code and they will come up with the camel case format point of view. That is how things will happen in every company, every project, whether it is a small company or big company, doesn't matter. Standards are always standards. Okay. Yeah, that's what I told you. So you don't know what is interface. That's what I told you. I used a statement. In future also you will get some of the concepts. There also I will involve what is the naming conventions you have to follow. So there are something like final variables, interface names, enum names. Okay. So those are all things I'll discuss when the topic comes. As of now, whatever we discussed, that's why I taken today itself. Yeah. So I don't want to involve interface right now. Okay, Sham, you got my point, right? If I'm saying interface, you know the interface, but others don't know, right? That's why I'm not taking that. So when I keeping heading, then I'll say like simple word. Please follow naming convention. However, we discussed for the class. That's all. Then topic is over for interfaces. When that topic comes, I'll discuss that. Okay. So this is all about the naming conventions. As of now, we understood all these topics. Just follow same thing going further. Even in our day-to-day training, even I will follow same thing. See, automatically I will write always same thing. Okay, so if you observe here, everywhere I written almost same way. So I'll follow always as it is in our training also day by day. Order information. O is capital, I is capital like that. See variable names, company name, lowercase, camel case like that. So just follow same thing. I will also follow same thing. Even after saying these many also people are coming with writing class names in the lowercase, writing variable names in the uppercase, writing shortcuts. I don't know, guys, whether you want to become a good programming point of view, don't be lazy. Okay, still people will write stu.java. What is the point of stu.java? Why are you writing like this? Don't write. Okay, I know that program will work. It's not, I'm not saying like, but it looks weird. It looks not good. So tomorrow in interview also, what will happen based on your habit, what you will do? There also you will write like this. STU, public class STU, and you will write your example. Your logic is good. I'm not saying like compile time point of view, there will not be anything. Logic wise, everything is working. Compilation, zero errors, execution, output came, but it doesn't matter. But you are not writing proper standards. So then I'll feel like, okay, this guy writing logic somehow but not knowing all the things properly. So some other person written very well like this, I told you already. So that's why don't be lazy. You're not investing any amount when you're practicing in your local computer. If you are spending money, then you can say, sir, I don't have money. If I am typing one more character here, then I have to spend 10 rupees or 1 rupee extra. Then I don't have money. My money is wasting. Then I can say, like, okay, time being, don't waste your money. But you are not spending any money, right? Don't be lazy. When you are learning something, learn it properly. Okay. So if you are not learning, you are wasting your money as part of your trainings and all. So that is why just follow the standards. Standards are always standards. So I shown you with respect to programming point of view also. It's all up to your choice now. Okay, come back. Now the new concept is all about operators. So naming conventions is completed. Now I'm starting a new topic called as operators in the Java language. Give me a moment. Okay. Yeah, so this will take minimum 2-3 classes. Minimum 2 classes it will take. So we'll try to understand what is operators and all. It's very simple. People who remember their until what I can say, sixth or seventh standard, even I can say fifth class today itself. When comparing with today's education, it is fifth class mathematics. But when I'm comparing with 10 years back education point of view, I can say like seventh class, sixth to seventh class. People who remembered, okay, let's take like until 10th class mathematics. Even not that much also. Even some of the operators will give you what you studied in your third class or fourth class point of view, or second class also, or first class also. So that those things will comes in the operators. Don't worry about it. Okay. So what is an operator? Here it is. And what is the point of operators in Java language? Let's try to understand. Here it is. Okay. So an operator is used to do an operation. So an operator is used to do an operation. So that means what is an operation means? See, there are some operators available in Java. So those are all operators we will use to do some operations. So what kind of operations is addition, adding the values, nothing but. So subtraction, multiplication, etc., etc. Comparison, comparison values, whether it is a big value or small value out of two values, which is a big value, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, not equal to, something like that. Comparison point of view, and something like incrementing the values, decrementing the values. These are all operations. So when I'm adding 10 comma 20, so in this case 10 comma 20 I want to add. So that means generally what is your formula? What you will do for this? 10 plus 20. So 10 plus 20 equal to 30. So that means an operation is addition. Operation is addition. Operator is what? Plus. 10 20 is all about values. Okay. So in this case, generally, I'll come back that I'll use that word later also. So in this case, 10 comma 20 called as operands. Operands. So that means on these operands, you are using operator, and finally you are making operation of addition. So that is how you can make the things. So these are all things comes under the operator's point of view. So what I mean, those are all segregated into different names in the Java language. I'll tell you. And overall, I'm telling you, operations is nothing but just adding the things, subtraction, multiplication, division, comparing the values, whether it is a big value, lower value, greater than, less than, equal to, both are same or not, both values same or not. Like that, we are going to do all the, I mean, there are some operators available. By using those things, we will do all these things. Okay. So there are some other things also available. Let's treat one by one. Very simple, very straightforward and very simple. So now Java in this case, I think they are having 6 to 7 types of operators. Let me write one by one and then we will see one by one. The first one is very simple one, arithmetic operators. Okay, I'll take like this. I'll write assignment operator. You are already used it and you know that what is this assignment operator. Second one is arithmetic operator. Third one is arithmetic operators. Third one is unary operators. And then equality and relational operators. Equality and relational operators. And fifth one is conditional operators. Conditional operators. And sixth one I can select ternary operator. Seventh one is bitwise operators. Yeah, so these are all very simple one. Only little bit small, little bit difficulties bitwise operators. But I am telling you, bitwise operators will not be used most of the times in any real-time applications. Very rare case. In my entire 12 years of career, I never used bitwise operators till today. So that much rare you will use this, but little bit tricky. We will try to understand. But these are all very simple. You already studied in your first class, second class, third class only, or until fifth class you completed all these things. So I can say that. Okay. So let's see what and all one by one we will see very quickly. First one is assignment operator. Okay, let's do one thing. Okay, from today onwards, again, the things are started completely programming point of view. So yesterday and today, what we discussed until now is most of the things are what theory point of view we discussed. How to write class names, variable names, package names, how to use the import statements, all these things. Now onwards, again, completely programming concepts you will get. Okay, let's create a Java project and let me give operators. So I'll upload these projects and the Google Drive. Finish it. Okay, so see here now. Yeah, let's write. See, I written project name. Let's write a Java class new class. So whenever you are writing, by the time directly, if you are creating a new class, there itself you can create the package also. For example, you are writing, I'm writing like this, com.dilip IT dot operators, and as part of that, I can write arithmetic or assignment or whatever it is, something like that. Okay, so I written like this. Now class name is assignment operators. You know that what is assignment operator. How to assign a value in our real life? What is the symbol we will use, guys? If I said like assign value 10 to A, assign value 10 to A. So that means what you will do, A equal to 10. That's all. That means equal symbol is calling as assignment operator. So what it is? Assignment operator is nothing but equal symbol. So generally what we will do, integer A equal to 20. So that means you are assigning 20 value to A. String name equal to Dilip. So that means you are assigning Dilip value to the name variable. So that means equal symbol is calling as a assignment operator. Okay, so that is what about the assignment operator. So only one operator we have under assignment operator. So no need of much discussion about it. Only one operator you have, that is called as equal, and for we will use for assigning values. Okay, cool. Now second one is arithmetic operators. So what are the arithmetic operators we have? Let's try to understand. Okay, so here we have total 5 operators as part of under the arithmetic operators. 5 we have, and one by one I will give you. First one is plus. What we will use? Addition purpose. Okay, and second one is minus, multiplication, division, remainder. So that's all. So what you are using? Subtraction point of view, and multiplication, division, remainder value, remainder operator. So this is what 5 operators available in the arithmetic. So I'm not wasting much time. I'll write class arithmetic operators, and I need main method in this class. Okay, I created a separate class. See here. Now assume. So arithmetic operators, you know that we can use only on the numeric values. So you can take either double, int, long, this kind of values. So I'm taking like value 1 equal to 100. I'm not saying like integer value 2 equal to 20. So just you know that it's very simple one. I'm not discussing much for this. Value 1, sorry, plus value 2. So it's all addition operation. Similarly, minus, multiplication, division, remainder operator. So let's see the output. You know all these things. I'll just discuss what is the remainder operator little bit. So save your program and see the output. See your output will always comes in the console. Okay, your output always comes in the console. So now see here first value, yes, 100 plus 20, 120, 100 minus 20, 80, 100 into 20, 2000, 100 divided by 100 divided by 20, yeah, 25 is 100, that's why you got, and remainder is 0. So you know what is the remainder 0? I think I don't know. I studied Telugu medium. I'll just show you division. You got the remainder, right? Division and remainder per child. Education point of view. I'll just, I don't know where I can find out in a rough. Yeah, that's this kind of things people will do, right? Yeah, this is what I think. Quotient value, remainder value. So below whatever you are saying, like for example, I think 6 is the divisor, dividend. So 6 30s they are doing, and then quotient 59. No, 6 5 is 30, 5 they are added, and then they taken 359 minus 509, something like that. See, remainder value you got 5. So that's what remainder. For example, you know the things, right? Now tell me, I given 21 by 4. Okay, you need to divide 21 divided by 4. So that means in this case, what is the quotient value you will get? What is the remainder value you will get? So quotient, yeah. So what is the quotient? What is the remainder value? So quotient is all about, you know that. So for example, 4 5s are 20. So quotient will become 5. Remainder will become 1. So why? 21 minus 20, and whatever the value left, that generally we'll call it, consider is as a remainder point of remainder value. So that is right. Now in our example, what we given? 100 by 20, 20 by 5. So that means 25 is, yeah. So quotient value become 5, remainder value become 0. So that is what the remainder operator here it is. It is always used along with the percentage symbol. So you can use some spaces, guys, no problem. Whether you can use no spaces, but there will not be any problem. So value 1 plus like that, you can use spaces also, no problem. See here. Operators wise, you can use before that spaces also, no problem. You can attach or you can maintain some spaces also. So is it clear now, arithmetic operators? Let's move to the next one. Yeah, quotient is 5, or equal, remainder equal to 1. So now let's move to the next one, unary operators. So what is a unary operators? And let's try to understand. This is also very simple one. So we'll try to understand. Okay. So I think as part of unary operator also, so let me write one by one, then I will remember. So one is plus, next one is minus, and then plus plus, and then minus minus, and then yeah, not operator. So we have total 5 operators under the unary operator. So I'll tell you one by one what it is. So it plus representing what? This plus is different, guys. So positive number. In this case, positive number point of view plus. So minus when you will use sometimes to represent a negative number. See, the word is selling what? Unary. Unary means single. What is the point of unary word? Unary, unique. Unary means single. So that means these operators, whatever we are seeing plus minus right now, these operators talking about along with single value. If you are using plus with two values, then it will become arithmetic operator. So that means you need always two values to do arithmetic operation. Right hand side, left hand side. Now I told you in earlier, when you are using like this, value 1 comma value 2 are called as what, guys? Operands. Operands. Called as operands. So why operands means you are using operator along with operator. If you are using right hand left hand side, that those will be called as operands. So that the terminology people will use operands. So operands like that. Now if you are using right hand side left hand side, then that will become arithmetic operation. If you are making only one value point of view, so let's take like this, unary operator. Same man, simple. It's very simple. Right. Unary operator. Finish it. Yeah, class is created. Good. Okay. So now, in general, in our leave about Java language, I'll ask you write a positive number. So I'll ask you simply write a positive number. That's what I told you. It's all about second class mathematics, first class mathematics. What you are learning in the operators. Write a positive number. Then what a person will do? You will write a number, any number. Write any positive number. So you will return like this, and you are saying like it is a positive number. So yes, and similarly, I asked you, can you write a negative number? Can you write a negative number? Then one person written like this. So now when you are writing the negative number, you added negative symbol, okay, before the number. But when you written the positive symbol, you are not written any positive symbol. So that means we know that in our reality also, the value what you written here it is nothing but this one only. So whatever written here is nothing but here only. But generally we know that if it is a positive value, specifically we will not use plus symbol anytime, positive symbol. right? In our real life also we'll write 1 2 3 4 5 like that. It's not like plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, but whenever we are writing minus numbers, negative numbers, definitely we will represent negative, minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 like that. The point here it is you are representing that is a negative number. If it is a positive number, you will never ever write plus in general. Even if you are writing, there is no problem. Similarly, Java point of view also same thing. So same thing they are like saying like integer a equal to 10. Okay, so here value 10. Okay, and see here if I return integer b equal to plus 30. So now this is where the unary operator is coming into the picture. So here plus is representing unary operator, so that means you are representing 30 is a positive value. 30 is a positive value, so that's what unary. Integer c equal to minus 40. So that means in this case you are representing this one as a minus 40. So that means this is coming under the unary operator. This is coming under the unary operator. So those are all just unary operators. Now see here, if you're printing A, B, C, so what same thing will happen. So 10, 30 minus 40. So you are having minus C. Even compiler Java also, whenever it is a positive value, it will never ever add plus symbol. So in our real life point of view, same thing is being followed. So now in this case, plus minus will be called as unary operators. So it is representing positive value, it is representing negative value. So sorry, not D. I return directly a value here minus 300. So here minus is a unary operator. If I return plus something like 3000 dot double nine double nine, yeah, this is plus is a unary operator in this case. It's not arithmetic operator in this case. If I added some value again here 2000 before minus, then it will the same minus is acting as a arithmetic operator. If you are add used along with only one value, then same minus symbol is acting as a unary operator. See, you got minus 300 and positive value. Whatever you printed as it is printed. So that is why plus minus in this to represent positive value, you will use plus symbol. To represent negative number, negative value, then you will use negative symbol. Okay. So that's all we know that. Now little bit new is plus plus minus minus. I don't think you used it earlier. This is what little bit new, and let's try to understand. Okay, so what is a plus plus operator? Here it is. So this will be called as increment operator. Increment operator. Okay. So what is the increment operator here? Just try to understand. And this will be called as decrement operator, just opposite to the increment operator. Okay, so this will be called as not operator. I'll explain one by one. Okay, so what is increment operator? Let's see one by one. So it's a very simple one, that's why no problem. So now let's come back to the plus plus. Okay, it's a very simple one, guys. So these five operators, understand one more point. These five operators, whatever you are discussing right now, is always used always along with only one value. So these operators will involve only one value at a time, not more than that. So these operators you cannot use along with more than one value. So one value or one variable. Okay, remember like that. Now the point of plus plus here it is increment. So whenever we applied plus plus operator on a number on a or a variable, belongs to numeric. Okay, it's only numeric. This operator will work only for the numeric values. So that means the variable should belongs to numeric. So that means either integer, float, double, this kind of value, short. Variable belongs to the numeric. Okay, when you are applied plus plus on a variable belongs to numeric, then that variable value is incremented by 1 and reassigned. So what is the point? I'll tell you. What is the meaning of reassigned also I'll tell you. So that means first apply and you will understand very clearly. Now see here what I will do is I'm talking about plus plus operator, right? Yeah, sys out of increment operator. Okay, so see here, I'm just printing that. Now I'm taking integer year equal to 2024. So now sys out of plus plus year. I used a variable called as year. So if you observe here, I used an operator called as plus plus along with only one variable, and that variable belongs to the integer, some numeric value. So in this case, what is going to happen? Understand the statement what I given. If whenever you are applied of that variable, then that variable value is incremented by 1 and reassigned it back, and new value will be reassigned back. So what is that point? I'll explain you clearly. Understand. Now let's first print it. Now see here, you given year 2024. Actually, what is the value? 2024. The variable contains 2024. But when you applied plus plus here, it printed 2025. So now what I will do, sys out of here I am printing one more time without plus plus. Run as Java application. See, still it is 2025. Still it is 2025. So what's happening in this case? That is what, now understand this statement one more time. So whenever you are applying plus plus on a variable belongs to the numeric values, so fine, then that variable value is incremented by 1. So that means whatever the numeric value you given there, it is always incremented by 1. And the new value, so that means after incrementing a new value will come, right? That means 2025 is reassigned back to the variable, reassigned back to variable. That is what happened here it is. So that means the overall one line, how can I decode here it is? So that means if you see here, even you can use individually also. Now, can you tell me what is the answer in this case? Can you tell me what is the output will be printed in line number 20, line number 21, line number 22? Can you tell me what is the output? Can you guess? So what is the output you will get at line number 21 and line number 22? Is it 2024 or is it 2025 or is it 2026? So I'm telling you like, see here you are applying plus plus operator. So that means the value will become 2025. And here again you are applying plus plus operator. So that means 2025 plus 1. 2025 plus 1 equal to 2026. So that means here 2026. So finally what is the value will print here? It is 2026 will print. And in this case you are not doing any plus plus. But by the time already value is increased to 2026, that means it will print again 2026 only. See here 2026, 2026. So that is what our assumption, that is what printed here. Now what's happening in this case is plus plus symbol is nothing but yeah, what's happening in this case is this is nothing but this is what, guys, year equal to year plus 1, year equal to year plus 1. That is the shortcut. I mean, this is the formula behind this plus plus operator. So incrementing with 1, after that incrementing with 1, and after that the result whatever came again assigning back to the same variable. That is the formula available in the small operator level. So this is the formula available inside this formula level. So incrementing with 1 and assigning back to the year. So you got the point now. So this is the formula behind this operator. So as a shortcut, we are using it. That's all. So that means you are writing like year equal to year plus 1. Even if you are removing this and you are writing like year equal to, instead of writing year equal to year plus 1, when you have to use this operator, going further, there is a requirement like you have to increment with 1 and the same incremented value, the new incremented value should be assigned back to the same variable. Then instead of writing like this, if you are writing logic this, then it is good. But I will say like, hey man, why are you writing, man? Why don't you write shortcut like this? So this is nothing but a shortcut like this. So that is what the concept of it is. So that means simply you will write plus plus here. So in the back behind what will happen, this formula will be executed. So based on that, 2024 plus 1 2025 and 2025 value is assigned back to the same variable. So that's why in this line 2025 the value is becoming. But here what you did, by the time it is 2025. So by end of this line, your value become 2025. But here also what you are doing, plus plus. So that means in this case, what is the value available? 2025 available. 2025 plus 1, 2026, and the 2026 is again assigned back to the year variable level. So that means in the memory level, now the 2025 value is overridden with the 2026. So ultimately, what is the value you are having in the year variable is 2026. That's why 2026 is printed. And here you are not doing any operator. That's why it is printing as it is the value whatever is available in the memory 2026. So that is how things are happening with the operator point of view. Okay. So is it clear what's happening as part of the plus plus? It's simply like shortcut for the same thing. So you are incrementing with 1 and assigning back to the same variable. So is it clear or not? Say yes or no at least. Okay. So now, anyway, we will use these operators very well in our upcoming topics called as conditional statements as well as looping statements level. We will use plus plus minus minus every day. So it's a good, so please practice today itself. Okay. Now opposite to this decrement operator. Same way, whatever you are discussed, it's all completely opposite to decrement operator. I mean, decrement operator is completely opposite to this functionality. So that means if I am writing, guess formula is what? Year equal to year minus 1. That's all. So if you are good with one topic, you can play with other topics. Okay, so what I will do, let me give some explanation here also. Yeah, minus minus. See, there is no space. You have to use decrement operator. So whenever we applied minus minus, that means decrement operator on a variable belongs to numeric, then that variable value is decremented by 1 and new value will be reassigned back to the variable. So that means it's simply like a equal to a minus 1. So if you are applying minus minus a means, so it's all about this is the formula a equal to a minus 1. So now see here, year is already defined variable name. So I'll take something else. My month, something like I will take month. This is 11th month or maybe 6th month or whatever it is, I'll take. Yeah, in this case, if you are applying month minus 1, that's all. So 6 minus 1, 5. When you are applying in this format, month minus month. So that is the formula. So let's apply minus month. Let me delete this line. So I'll print later. I'm printing now month variable. So now by the time I'm printing month variable, what is the output you will see? So in line number 32, what is the output will come means actual value is 6 and you applied minus. That means 6 minus 1 equal to 5 and 5 is assigned back to the month variable. So that means in the memory level, the variable value initially it is 6. When you defined what first time in the line number 29 point of view, month value is 6. But after that, what you did? Minus you applied. So once you are doing minus 1, minus decrement operator, minus 1 is decremented as well as assigning back to the same. That means 5. So that means the 6 value is overridden with the 5. So that means in the overall month level, what is the variable you are having means 5. What is the value you have? 5 you have. So that means in this case, 5 will be printed. You are not applying any operator here. So that's why 5 will be printed. 5 will be printed. So this is how you have to understand. Now, can you tell me what is the output of this? Integer value equal to. See, these are all things will be asked in written exams. Now, can you tell me what is the output of this? And continuation to this, there is one more thing also. I'll explain on Monday. Okay, not today. Small thing is there. I'll tell you what it is and all. Now, think from line number 34 onwards. I'm writing something and can you guess and tell me what is the output? So then we can close the wind up the session. Yeah, so they just think about it. What is the answer and let me know. Take 1 minute time and think from here only. What is the output here? Line number 35, line number 36, line number 37, line number 38. So what is the output? Can you guess and tell? One person said 1099. I mean 999, 1000. Shyam. Deshras 1099. Yeah, good. So that's what that you need to have that understanding. Tomorrow, I mean on Monday again, I will introduce a few other things. Yes, what will happen in this case? 999 plus plus. So that means our expectation is 1000 because 999 plus 1000 is assigned back to the value. So in this case, 1000 is the 999 is the latest value. First value, sorry, not latest, 999. So based on this, it will become 1000. And then based on the next line, minus 1. So that means this will become again 999. So that means here you will get 999. Here you are not doing any operator. So simply you are printing as it is whatever available in the memory. Yes, by the time 999 is available. So now here plus plus. That means before printing, what is happening in this case? Value plus plus 1000 it is becoming. That's why it is gone. So that is what 1000, 999, 1000 is the expected out. So see last 4 lines only, don't take other things. 1000, 999. Now I will show you some surprise here and I will discuss that why it's happening tomorrow, not today. I will discuss on Monday. Yeah. Now tell me what is the answer. I mean, you don't know. I will just tell you what's happening here tomorrow. Now in earlier case, what happened here? 9999 and we got 1000 only. So is that correct answer right now? One small thing I did. As of now, in my entire examples, in my entire examples, I used plus plus always in the left hand side. But here I used at right hand side. Similarly, minus minus also I can use at right hand side. But if you are using plus plus at left hand side, if you are using it right hand side, there is a small difference will be there. So what exactly the difference and all, I explain you tomorrow, I mean on Monday. So that means if you see here, first the output, when this is the first time output, right? Now compare, so now I shifted plus plus to the right hand side in the line number 38. So people, if you know something, okay, fine. See, now the output came as double nine. When I'm shifting again from to the left hand side, then again you will get 1000. But here, why? What's happening? By the time value is triple nine, even you are applying plus plus, then also it is printing triple nine only. Now see here, I'll explain all these details tomorrow. I mean Monday, continuation to this. Now what is the output I will get in the line number 39? Is it triple nine or 1000 means 1000? So 1000 it is get. Why? Here itself the value became 1000, but it is printed triple nine. But in the last line it is printing. So what and all happening? I'll explain this reason on Monday. Continuation to this. It will take just 4 to 5 minutes of time. So I don't want to discuss today itself. I'll take 1 or 2 examples and I'll discuss. If you are applying it before left hand side or right hand side as a prefix or suffix, I can call it as a prefix suffix. If you are applying unary operator at prefix level plus plus, what is happening? Suffix level, what is happening? That I will discuss in the Monday class. So applying as a prefix, I'll note down as or else as a suffix. So this example we will take on the Monday. What is happening exactly when you're applying prefix and suffix? The difference between prefix and suffix point of view we'll discuss. Okay, yeah, I think Deshraj, you know the concept, then fine, but still I'll explain one more time. Okay, so what my suggestion is, please practice all these operators, very important, understand what is happening and all, because the concepts what we are understanding right now is going to be used again in the upcoming topics like conditional statements as well as looping statements. So there you will have some concepts. Then again, these are all operators you have to use there. So that means by the time you should have good knowledge in this operators, how these are actually behaving. So don't ignore anything with respect to practice. Please practice the concepts on this same day, because the same concepts being used in the upcoming topics. If you are not doing today, tomorrow you cannot understand what's happening. Okay, so that's all. So probably I forgot to take assignment. I'll give you on Monday, guys. I'll prepare by this Sunday. I already have it. I need to collect it. It will take some time again. So I don't want to do that. I'll give you on Monday. By until packages, I'll give you the assignment. Or maybe by you completing arithmetic operators, all these operators, I'll give you one bank application assignment. I have already prepared one assignment, but that will cover all the operators. So that means on Monday we will cover all the operators. Then I'll give you an assignment. It's ready already. I'll give you on that, and please prepare that assignment. Please create that assignment. Okay, so let's connect on Monday. Thanks to everyone.